Hello, we are group number 3. My name is Muji.
I'm Muslim.
My name is Ong.
One of the requirement subject mechatronic system design HET 344 is required for one project. So we have select automatic storage and retrieval system as our project. So the project has required 3 major field, which is mechanical design, electrical design, logic and programming design. So for the mechanical design, I have passed the explanation to.
So from start, of course we have to build the chassis first. So the chassis is the main frame for the whole project. Then the material we use is the MDF boards. Yeah. For those internally, we have a motor support plate. We use the MDF board as well. So the motor support plate we use to hold the motor, and the motor is holding the coupling and the turning wheel internally. So the turning wheel, while turning internally, we have a small tray to us to store the car or anything. Outer the ring, we have a sensor plates to let the signal to the motor stop. Yeah. So outside it, we will have a front panel here. Front panel we using a clear acrylic to transparent for better presentation. So we have the styling mechanism here, holding by the small motor here. So I pass to Muji to continue on the electronic portion. Yes.
So for the electronic portion, I will explain through the schematic diagram. So this is our schematic diagram for this project. So we are using microcontroller 9S12C32 from Freescale, and then we are using H-brick IC. This H-brick IC. There are 2 H-brick IC, and then we are using the motor, 12-volt motor, and then 5-volt servo motor. This is the DC motor. And for the voltage selection, we are using LM7805 to provide the 5-volt output, and then the input is 12-volt. So this is due, we have 2 motor with different power supply, one 5-volt and another one 12-volt. And for the address location for each container, we have decided to use a photo interrupt sensor. So we are using it as address for each container. And then for identification of the tray, we are using push button. We have 5 push button here. One is for the open and close door, and another one is for address for each tray. And then for the micro switch here, we are using for the door identify which is a limit for the up and down. So we are using micro switch because our door we are using top to bottom movement. And then for the safety we have a buzzer here, and then of course each supply and signal using a 10 kilo ohm resistance connect to the microcontroller, and then we have 330 resistance for the photo sensor. So the material selection based on for the motor is for the door we are using the light application, so we are choosing 5-volt. And then for the hard application, we are using 12-volt to rotate the wheel. So that's it for the electrical. I will pass to Husni on the electronic for the logic program.
Okay, thank you, Muji. Okay, as explained by Ong and Muji. Okay, so our project is consist of 10 output and 10 input and 3 output. So this is for the operation. I want to explain for the operation. Okay, so for this one you can see we have door. So how it will work is, so when it's the lower condition, I mean in the down condition, so when you press the door, it will go up. Okay. So you can hear the sound of buzzer. This is for safety because it's a moving part now. So I want to tell that this is currently is moving. So you can see during when the door open, we cannot turn the wheel. See, when I press any of the button, you cannot turn. So this is for safety also. So and then we can see that when we want to close, now the door is at the upper condition. So we can, when I press down, it will go into the lower position. The buzzer still also will be on. Okay. So now we want to see how the location of the tray versus the push button. Okay. Now I press tray number 1. Will not move because of now they are the tray number 1. Okay, now I push tray number 2, so it will move and then show the tray number 2. And then I press tray number 3, it can go to the tray number 3. And I press tray number 4, go to tray number 4. Now we want to simulate how we want to put the car or anything to the wheel. Okay, we need to open up the door. Okay. Okay, now for example we put car inside number 4. Okay, now we close the door because we cannot turn without close the door. Okay, we close the door first. Okay, when door is closed, now for example now we go to the tray number 1. Another person put the part. Okay, and then maybe another person open and put another part. Now we want to trace back our parts. So now we put